Surrey Council has seen the largest number of seats to go to a vote on a single day so far this year. There were 6 local council by-elections yesterday in what was described as Super Surrey Thursday. Well, the results are in. They've kind of gone one way. Our political reporter for Surrey, Jack Feen, has the story.
Out of the 6, 3 of these by-elections were for seats on borough and district councils, the wards of Staines at Spelthorne, Meadvale and St John's at Reigate and Banstead, and Whiteleaf at Tandridge. There were also 3 by-elections for seats at Surrey County Council in the areas of Camberley West, Caterham Valley and Guildford South East. And the headline is essentially that it's been a clean sweep for the Liberal Democrats. 3 of these seats were gains from other parties: Guildford South East from the Residents for Guildford and Villages group, Camberley West from the Conservatives and Staines from the Green Party. Caterham Valley, Meadvale and St John's and Whiteleaf were all seats that the Lib Dems had already held. Reform UK came second in 4 out of the 6 by-elections. On average, around 30% of the people who could have voted did so. It's not expected that the results will lead to any major changes on the councils in terms of who is the political party in control. For example, at Surrey County Council, the Conservative Party have already lost their majority. That happened in the summer, and they'll probably continue to run it as a minority administration. Now, of course, these are 6 seats out of hundreds across Surrey, but they are among the very few elections that will happen in the county this year, and this is the most that have happened on the same day. That, of course, is all because the elections which were due to happen in May were cancelled. That's all part of a plan by the government to scrap the councils we have at the moment and replace them with new ones. And eventually there's a plan for a new mayor for Surrey as well. That is all a possibility very much for the future, depending on what the government decides to do. For now, this is very much about Surrey turning that bit more of a shade of yellow in its politics since polling closed at 10 o'clock last night.
Our political reporter Jack Feen there. So a good result for the Liberal Democrats in Surrey. The Conservatives had previously lost their majority at Surrey County Council following 2 by-elections in August, as you heard Jack say there. The council leader Tim Oliver told us it's disappointing, but at the end of the day I will carry on doing the best job I can. Let's speak to Paul Follows, who is the group leader of the Lib Dems at Surrey County Council. He's also leader of Waverley Borough Council. A good result then for your party, seemingly, Paul. What do you make of the results?
Well, obviously a very good result for the party and in lots of different places in Surrey all at once. So I'm obviously thrilled, and I think it just shows the immense hard work the teams have put in. But it also does show how people are feeling across Surrey. And I think what you're also seeing is the result of elections being cancelled. And I think you're also seeing why Tim Oliver positively begged the government to cancel the elections for Surrey County Council, because I think he saw what was going to happen. And I think you've seen what would have happened had those elections taken place. We are being dragged by force into local government reorganisation that he, the Conservative leader of Surrey County Council, asked for when he cancelled the elections for Surrey County Council. And I think at this point, I'm personally calling on him to resign, because his reckless joining this LGR process was unnecessary, unplanned, uncosted and undemocratic. And you're seeing the will of the people in these elections today.
Obviously, Tim Oliver not here to defend himself. He's given his thoughts on the results so far to BBC Radio Surrey. We'll of course put that to him in the coming hours and days. But turnout at 30%, Jack was saying in there. That's not particularly high, of course. And these by-elections are often seen as a protest at the sitting party in government. So was this that, or was it a genuine endorsement of your Lib Dem colleagues?
Well, the sitting party in government is the Labour Party, and obviously they were routed every single place in Surrey, but that's not news. What it was, I think, was a reaction to the government of the county, a Conservative government of the county still, who are oversitting their mandate now by nearly over a year. I think this is the people telling them they want that election. Local government reorganisation in Surrey is so ill thought through, it is exposing very sound and sensible boroughs and districts like Waverley and Guildford and Reigate and others to the debts of Woking, Spelthorne and indeed Surrey County Council, racked up, of course, by other Conservatives since displaced by elections. The only reason the Conservatives are still running Surrey County Council is because they begged the government to cancel the elections. That is the only reason they are still there.
Okay.
They know they would have lost their majority otherwise.
Talking then about the change to unitary authorities in the area and that call for elections to take place widely across Surrey. The Times has got a story today which suggests that the elections, not only in Surrey but East Sussex, West Sussex, Hampshire, which were cancelled this year, could face another delay. The report says there are calls for them not to happen even next year, but to happen in 2027. Now, that hasn't been confirmed by the BBC, but presumably you'd be pretty unhappy if that did happen.
I'd say I was incredulous when I heard about this, which was earlier today. I'm now seeing the even more incredulous situation where the Conservatives themselves are calling out the Times for fake news. We really have gone through the looking glass when those sorts of things have happened. If any part of that is true, and bearing in mind the results today, you can entirely see why Tim Oliver and the Conservatives at Surrey County Council might wish to do that, because they know what's coming otherwise. You can see that it might be in their interest to try and cancel them further. I think it would be an even further line crossing for the disgrace that was cancelling the elections in the first place. I don't think another year is tenable for Surrey County Council.
All right, Paul, thank you for your time. Paul Follows there, Group Leader of the Lib Dems at Surrey County Council. He's also leader of Waverley Borough Council.